So today we're going to do some work on Pell. This is a Pell. A Pell is a stationary target designed to be hit. For this, we're going to be using swords against it. This is a pretty normal Pell, pretty easy to make. You can make one yourself. All it is a fence post with a four-sided stand at the bottom, just made out of 2x4s, and I have some salvage carpet. It's just stapled into the top. And I don't like to use steel against this because it's wood, and over time those vibrations aren't good for the steel, but it's great for these synthetic swords I tell you guys about. It gets a nice feel, so you get that reverberation, you get that feeling of hitting something, and you also get the train against a target. When we're talking about solo training, the way it usually goes is at the top we have training against a partner. So that's not solo training. So actual fencing is the best way to learn this stuff. The tier below that is going to be partner drilling, so drilling specific techniques with a partner. Below that, we're going to have Pell work. Work on a Pell is above solo work in the air. They're all important for different things. We work like shadow boxing, essentially, but with the sword in the air to figure out how techniques work. And then we do them against something that has some substance, so we can feel how they work against something. So today I'm just going to go through some of my Pell work and get some ideas. This is mostly the way that I just experiment, see what works, what doesn't, what feels good. And it also is just a good way to exercise. So here we go. And I apologize that I am not as clothed as usual. It's very hot outside, and I don't have an indoor space to train, and I don't want to sweat to death. So as I do this, again, this isn't as good as fighting an actual opponent, but it gives me a sense of flow. And when I do this, I like to try to envision that each one of these attacks might be successful, but let's say it's parried. I try to come back to a guarded position, or a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll set up something like a hand attack and then a body attack. or I'll set up something where I'm clearing the weapon and then attacking. So I try to think of different scenarios, and it's a good way to get in drilling practice against something with resistance, which is important. Just swinging in the air doesn't offer the same kind of training as being able to make contact with something, but it also gives you an idea, it also gives you an opportunity to chain together things. Like, I really personally love using this thumb grip, or this thumb based, I don't know, what am I trying to say? This as a parry or as a way to clear a line. So let's say that the target here has a point out against me. I can come in here and do kind of a crump against this and transition into a zwirch, parry, and come back in. So I've got clear the line, attack, parry, attack. And I can just kind of try and chain as many of those things together. Is it the perfect way to practice swordsmanship? No. Is it a good way to build upon fundamentals that you've already learned from an instructor or something when you don't have another partner? Yes, it can be good for them. Now I'll be honest, this one isn't ideal. It's not weighted well. It's an approximation of a saber. I have steel sabers, but even though this has carpet on it, it's still wood, and it doesn't have a lot of give. Hitting this on another person or on a bendy steel sword, it's a lot nicer to that sword. I don't want to smash my steel stuff into this bit of wood, but these are designed to be bashed around pretty hard. So I really like these synthetic trainers to be able to practice stuff. No, it's not exactly the feel, but I find that it's still valuable. It still gets me moving. It still gets me training. So let's go. That's the one thing I don't like. This is pretty loose and it starts to move around and I have a bad grip. I wish these were wound tighter.